How's it going, guys? Random Tech Stories here, and welcome to today's video where today I'm going to be reacting to the Gogeta vs. Vegito death battle. So I decided to do a poll to see if you guys would like this, and you guys did say so, or at least said yeah. So I figured, why not? And I'm not gonna lie, I mean, I've been looking forward to this, just because of the fact that it's a Dragon Ball question that's been answered, or not answered, but that's been asked time and time again. Which of the fusions is definitely stronger, Gogeta or Vegito? And it's a mixed bag, just because I have no idea what they're going to add in. If they add only in canon stuff, I think Gogeta might win this. If they add in everything, from Xenoverse to Heroes and GT, then I think Vegito might win this. It depends. It honestly just depends on what they add in. But I'm not going to get too much into this, but without further ado, let us start this, eh? And let us start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Last one! Man, these things are so easy to find nowadays.
Yes! Now, with this ultimate power, I can finally conquer the
Gogeta
world!
fight Vegito!
What?
Oh, come on! It's the ultimate Dragon Ball question! Which fusion of Goku and Vegeta is stronger? Gogeta, the combo greater than Legends, or Vegito,
Although
the
I
mix
just
who
realized they're adding in
surpassed
Super Saiyan
gods?
4 as a thumbnail, so probably.
Intriguing. They are in many ways identical, yet still quite different. Though in canon, they only have a collective total of 3 brief appearances. To truly determine who would win, let's examine all of their material.
So that's Z, GT, Super, movies, games, guidebooks, toys, Twitter, even all the crazy Xenoverse and
What?
Hero stuff.
Hold on to your Dragon
Yeah,
Balls.
then I think
Seems
Vegito
where's
might.
that
Well,
boosting?
maybe.
And it's our job to analyze
I'll do
their
the math
weapons,
first
armor,
before
and
I make
skills
any.
to find out who would win a death battle.
Imagine it's 1995 and you're at a movie theater in Japan. You're there to watch Dragon Ball Z Fusion Reborn, and it's gonna be the most radical movie ever, dude. I mean, yeah, it was a little weird when Adolf showed up, but then it happened. Goku and Vegeta were pushed to the brink with only one option left. They merged into a single being of amazing power, Gogeta! And that would be the greatest thing 8-year-old you ever saw. Yep, you peaked at 8.
Fun fact, while Vegito had already debuted in the manga 2 months earlier, Gogeta was created first. After all, the movie had been in production throughout the previous year.
Oh,
Two
yeah?
Saiyans, the proud son of royalty and the lower class champion becoming one epic powerhouse? This is the true potential of Goku and Vegeta. Easily a top 5 Dragon Ball moment.
Nice.
Hey, nothing beats the first time we saw Super Saiyan, but I think this comes close.
This
I mean,
method
yeah.
of fusion was taught to Goku by the Metamorans, a mysterious alien people who we never actually see.
But I'd guess they like wearing crop tops with inflatable shoulder pads. Anyway, when Goku taught this fabled technique to Goten and Trunks, it was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen.
This is the fusion dance. On top of an incredibly precise movement routine, this technique requires both parties to match power levels in order to fuse successfully.
Oh,
A
boy.
literal personification of the phrase, only as strong as the weakest link.
It's
Yeah.
pretty easy to screw up, trust me. But if you nail it,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
the baddest mother effer on the planet.
Though not part of mainline canon, Goku and Vegeta first used this to battle Janemba, a demon basically composed of essence of evil. Probably
Oh.
smells like cats. Gogeta defeated him in less than 2 minutes. 20 years later, Gogeta would become canon to conquer one of the most dangerous entities in the multiverse, Broly.
Obviously,
Sure.
Gogeta's super powerful, but I think his most underappreciated skill is how he comes up with awesome attack names. Like the Big Bang Kamehameha, Stardust Fall, Meteor Explosion, and the ultimate villain killer, Stardust Breaker!
A fancy
That's
looking
not gonna
attack
work
that
against
completely
Vegeta, though.
obliterates all traces of evil within a target.
That's how it took out Janemba in one shot. The guy was literally made.
Okay, wait, pause. I think as well it's questionable, because I think I've kind of read some stuff on if that move would work on Vegito if they were to fight. I honestly think it wouldn't necessarily kill him, but it might affect him, like, because it's used as a move in the Xenoverse games, and even when you use it against Goku, it still damages him. And if they're adding in from everything from Xenoverse, then it can obviously, I think, probably hurt Vegito, but I don't think it could kill him, just because it can kill anything that's made out of evil, or has evil in them, and Vegito is not evil. Because sure, it's questionable if Vegeta is absolutely good, but I think it absolutely stands to say that he is not evil at all. Vegeta, no. So I just want to point that out there. So, yeah, let's continue on.
Of evil. Or cats.
Weirdly enough, this is similar to Devilman's Devil Might Beam, which causes the evil within a person to explode and...
Oh, you mean Spike? That guy's hilarious. Which obscure character are you gonna reference next? Icarus? Sour Man? General Rildo? Oh man, that guy's just one letter up from General Dill.
Over the
God.
years, Gogeta has achieved the empowered forms of Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan Blue, and even Super Saiyan 4 in his battle against Omega Shenron.
Super Saiyan 4 is a totally unique branch of transformation. Instead of using Divine Ki like Super Saiyan God, it taps further into Goku and Vegeta's Saiyan bloodline, giving them
Beyond
fuzzy red
God,
fur
Super
and
Saiyan
teen
Blue,
goth
Super Saiyan
eyeshadow.
Blue.
Goku has also
Super
claimed
Saiyan
this
Blue.
form increases a Saiyan's inherent aggression, though you wouldn't know it with Gogeta. He basically becomes Dragon Ball's Bugs Bunny, reveling and messing around with his foe any way he can.
Until the fusion runs out. That's right, the fusion dance has a time limit of 30 minutes. This can be reduced even more if Gogeta uses up a lot of energy. Against Omega Shenron in GT, he split apart after about 10 minutes.
Just more evidence that the amount of power Gogeta possesses is enormous. Even repeatedly striking Broly so hard that the boundaries between dimensions shattered like glass wasn't enough to burn through his time. Hell, he was only in Super Saiyan 1 when he did that. After going blue, Broly didn't stand a chance. Based on earlier in the film, Whis' reaction even implies that Gogeta could possibly take on Beerus.
In Dragon Ball Heroes, Gogeta continues to prove he's one of the multiverse's S-tier fighters. He even defeated the Crimson Mask Super Saiyan Rose Power Goku Black and Ultimate God Slayer Hearts the God Hater. You know, those guys.
And two Gogetas together could take on Fu.
Just Fu? After all that, he's just called Fu?
Dark King Fu, the artificial bio-android demon mutant. He has Saiyan, Namekian, Earthling, Majin, and Eternal Dragon DNA.
Is this fan fiction?
Hearts the God Whiner claimed Fu could become an entity akin to Zeno, that little blue baby who can erase a multiverse with a thought.
But these Gogetas achieved even stronger forms than before. One was in Super Saiyan Blue Evolved, the boosted form Vegeta achieved during the Tournament of Power. The other was Super Saiyan 4, but not just any Super Saiyan 4. He was Super Full Power Saiyan 4 Limit Breaker. I think my tongue is permanently twisted now.
These two forms fighting side by side implies that, at least in this iteration, both are similar if not equal in power.
Gogeta's so cool! And there are tons of people who think he'd win this matchup.
In Weekly Jump issue 28 from 1995, the fusion dance was stated to unify Goku and Vegeta's spirits and draw out their power to the max. As long as a fight with Vegito lasts less than 30 minutes, the magazine says Gogeta should win.
And then in the video game Raging Blast, there's a what-if scenario where Gogeta beats Vegito in a sparring session, but he was about to run out of energy, so maybe it could have gone either way.
Though with his power and skill, it's unlikely any opponent would push Gogeta to his limit. Two of the greatest warriors in history merged together as one. What more could you want as a fan? And what more could you fear as a foe?
Ooh, this is very true. I would not want to have to face that guy.
It's the spring of 1995. A demonic menace has threatened to consume the world in chaos. Goku and Vegeta were pushed to the brink, with only one option left: fusion! They used one of their most incredible techniques to become a merged being of unimaginable power. Does this sound familiar?
But there wasn't time to teach Vegeta an awkward dance routine he'd ultimately despised. Instead, they used the Potara.
He totally
Only the gods themselves could rock bling like this.
And he
That's
totally
right,
did.
The Potara earrings come from
But I think
the
back then
Kais,
he would not
the
do it, no
gods
matter
that
what.
supervise the universes.
By placing one earring on each person's opposite ear, the Potara forcibly fuses
maybe.
two
You
beings
can argue
together.
on-
No
on
power
argument
level
on that.
matching required. In this case, Goku and Vegeta fuse to become Vegito.
Okay,
Hell
seriously,
yeah.
Vegito? Couldn't they have a better name?
It's not that bad.
It's
And
not
remember,
that bad.
Fusion Reborn started production well before Toriyama penned Vegito's first appearance.
So, Toei called dibs on the better name, huh? But still, shouldn't it be like Vegito? Not like that's much better either. Why Vegito?
It makes more sense in Japanese. Vegito is formed from the first half of Vegeta and the latter half of Kakaroto. This is why
Oh, is that in
Vizsla
Japanese?
translated it to Vegirot.
Oh, that one
Yeah,
sucks too.
Kakaroto. Because
Okay,
I think it's in
now,
Japanese.
let's talk about how he blows
Japanese
shit up
stuff,
real
I think.
good.
They
Vegito
say
has numerous
Kakaroto,
techniques
or
that are
Kakaroto, I
entirely
think.
his own, many of which are fittingly perfect combinations of Goku
But
and Vegeta's
Vegeta.
signature moves.
I guess that would make sense.
Such as the final Kamehameha, formed like Vegeta's final flash, but fired like Goku's Kamehameha wave. He's got
Yeah.
the Spirit Sword, the Saiyan Shield, and the Banshee Blast. Which, no, it's not the ghost attack you're thinking of.
With Goku and Vegeta's powers combined, Majin Buu was no match. Super Vegito was so friggin' powerful that even being turned into candy didn't slow him down. It just made him delicious.
His level of power had transcended to such an impressive degree that he was capable of effectively ignoring having his matter entirely altered and his DNA
That is true.
eradicated.
He was a candy.
continued on
He didn't have a
as
soul,
the incredible
basically.
fighting candy.
No mouth, no
maybe he
brains,
did, but-
no organs of any kind, and he still kept slapping around that big pink ass.
Phrasing. Presumably, this is similar to how Vegeta overpowered Babidi's mind control, or how Goku broke through Hit's time skip with Kaioken. A greater power level can overrule basically anything a weaker one does. Though, to be fair, the Super Candy is a pretty extreme example.
But Vegito's a pretty extreme guy,
That is
even
true.
for the Dragon Ball multiverse. He
Yeah.
later got that godly blue hairspray and beat the crap out of merged Zamasu, a double deity. Like a fusion dick measuring contest, but not at all close.
Though similar to his dancing counterpart, Vegito's time ran out after he overtaxed himself.
Which was kinda
Yeah.
weird. Back in the day, they said these Potara fusions were permanent. Turns out it's only permanent for Supreme Kai.
Yep.
Vegito's
Which
form can
was
last
kinda
up
weird.
to 1 hour before splitting apart, but can be
you
shortened
would think that would be
severely if he
brought
goes
up
full tilt.
in that
the
moment.
manga, Vegito formed after Zamasu fused, and split apart when they expected fused Zamasu to have 20 minutes left. Meaning he cut his time down to 40 minutes at most, though in the anime it was way less since he tried to quickly overpower Zamasu with a single attack.
The Potara have their
Yep,
own
that
set
is
of
true.
rules. Unlike the fusion dance, this form is maintained by the power of the earrings, not the fusers themselves. As such, destroying the earrings ends the fusion.
And if you slap the Potara on while in a Super Saiyan form, you can't power down while fused. So if Goku and Vegeta aren't careful, they can find themselves draining power when they don't need to. But surprise, Vegito's got into his own Super Dragon Ball Hero shenanigans, and he's
Sounds
got
about
the
right.
full power Red Fur 2. Look, Wiz, I think I'm having deja vu.
Aside from Fu, he's battled heavy-hitting threats to the multiverse like Cumber and Meki
Wait,
Cobra.
what?
And just like
Who the
with
fuck is
Gogeta, there's
Cumber?
plenty of people who think Vegeta would win this fight.
Daizenshus 4 and 7, basically two Dragon Ball encyclopedias, claim that the Potara fusion is superior
Yeah,
to
see,
the
that's what I'm
fusion
talking
dance.
about. Well,
Old Kai said this too, that the Potara provide a greater effect.
Though they both may be referring to what was believed at the time to be a permanent fusion. Not having to worry about overspending your time limit would certainly be a greater effect if it were
This
true.
is
But
true.
hey, there's nothing that can get in the way of Vegito's awesome power. Gods and demons alike are no match. When there's no one strong enough to save the day, then perhaps two will do.
Yeah. Okay. Since they're adding in every single stuff, because, okay, I originally thought going into this, Gogeta was honestly going to take this because of the timer. See, in headcanon, it's been stated that Vegito can obviously run out of the fusion time within 10 minutes. But in headcanon for Gogeta, when he fought Broly, he was still able to use full power Kamehameha and Stardust Breaker and Meteor Explosion and was still perfectly able to use, because those abilities have to fucking cost like a lot of ki. Especially while being in Super Saiyan Blue. So, and they were still able to be in Super Saiyan Blue after all that. So what my thought was is that the 30 minutes would be able to stay as the 30 minutes. But I guess not for this case. Which sucks, because I did thought that Gogeta was going to win. Not because he had more power, but because he would be able to outlast Vegito. Because more official sources has officially said that Vegito is much more stronger because of the Potara. Because sure, with Gogeta, with the fusion, but with Gogeta it adds both of their powers and spirits and magnifies it a little bit. Same goes with the Potara. Only difference is that with Gogeta, the fusion dance, you need to perfectly match the person's power level. While with Potara, you don't need that. Well, it's questionable if Vegeta is lower than Goku, because in Dragon Ball Superhero, he did have a sparring match against Goku and won in their base form, so it's questionable, kind of. It could also just be because of pure skill, because he was training his mind, so he was trying to be more, focused. So it could be because of that, but regardless of, I think even if it was like, for both Gogeta and Vegito, if it was the same base form Goku and Vegeta, like, I would still think that Vegeta would have more power because of the Potara, because I think the Potara brings out much more of the user's power than the fusion dance. So that's why I think that in this case, with them adding in everything from GT to Heroes and Xenoverse and all that, I would say Vegeta on this one. I do like Vegeta and I do like Gogeta respectively as well. I'm not saying I hate either one or dislike neither one. I just originally honestly thought going into this and hearing about this that Gogeta was going to win, but oh well. So, that being said, let us commence with the fight. Alright, let's get into this,
Alright, the combatants are set. We've run the data
We're
through
gonna go
all
for Vegito on
possibilities.
this one.
Hear my wish, Eternal
Do
Dragon!
this.
It's time for
Full
a death
battle! Alright.
What is this madness?
Whoa!
Oh, they got Vegeta, my boy.
Am I really that much taller than you?
Stuff it, Kakarot!
But it sounds like a different Goku, I must say. It doesn't sound like Team 4-Star Goku.
Chun!
Oh, this reminds me of Fighter Z. Oh, look at him go. Oh, there's already. I like how they headbutt into Super Saiyan too. Are we fighting around Shenron? What the fuck is Shenron thinking about this? He's like, you guys gonna wish as well? Or like that here? Oh!
Not bad!
Super Saiyan Blue already?
Wanna kick it up a notch? Sure! But how about some variety?
Super Saiyan 4? Oh yeah, here we go. Oh! What the heck? They're in Snake Eye? Oh, Vegeta just pulled a Gogeta. Oh, that's cool. What? Of course.
Gotcha.
Take this seriously. Oh! What the fuck? That happened time chamber?
Guess it's now or never.
But that's not gonna kill him though. Oh, yes! Let's go, Vegito! Oh, just a Kamehameha, huh? Okay. Oh, it's not gonna... No, it's not gonna kill him. Oh, come on! Yes! Come on! Yes! Oh, blood? Oh, dude. Oh. That's awesome. That's amazing. He turned to ash? Oh, it must have been too much for Gogeta.
KO!
He couldn't catch up to
that
Vegito.
was epic! Totally
Damn.
worth the wish. Oh, I guess we probably could have solved a lot of world problems with that.
I suppose world domination can wait another year. This fight was incredibly close. Nope, seriously, how could it not be? They're almost exactly the same person.
With a few minor differences here and there, like signature attacks. Neither Vegito nor Gogeta had one single power that
That's
provided
fair.
an
Here, let me actually at least see what. Let me see what these. Yeah, I will say for the most part these are actually all pretty much accurate. Gogeta has actually, even though he has one victory, he does have more canonical victories than Vegito, and he does have more exclusive techniques. Because Vegito definitely does not have anything that's like the Stardust Breaker. And they're both equal in terms of skill, both of them. And it's obviously obvious that the fusion dance is performed improperly. It can obviously fail every time, and it can only last for 30 minutes. Well, for Vegito's case, he is considered more stronger by more official sources. And it lasts an hour, and no power matching required, which is true. But the only downside to it is that with the Potara, or not the only downside, but one of the downsides is that it's unable to power down after fusion. Which makes sense. Let's continue.
Absolute edge over the other.
Except perhaps Vegito's longer time limit, though it's not so clear-cut. Both have overtaxed their energy quick enough to end their fusions in less than 10 minutes. Time isn't the only factor, but also whatever is maintaining each fusion.
Yeah, that's what I was
Gogeta's
also...
body and Vegito's earrings. It's possible Vegito's power can actually drain the Potara faster than Gogeta's does his own body.
Still, it's twice the time, and that definitely gave Vegito more flexibility and strategy. So more often than not, it's safe to say Gogeta would run out of juice first.
Also, when Vegito or Gogeta defuse from power overuse, it's typically difficult for them to immediately fuse again due to that lack of energy.
But Vegito had another one over Gogeta. No matter what, he'd always have a very slight power advantage. Remember how the fusion dance requires the fusers to match their power levels? Well, the Potara don't need that.
Yeah, that
Goku
is
doesn't
very
need
true.
to match Vegeta's slightly lower power levels, so there's
Oh yeah,
no-
wait, hold up. Setting Vegeta's power level as definitely lesser than Goku's is debatable, especially given their spar on Dragon Ball Superhero. Regardless, one is more likely to have a slight edge rather than both be exactly equal, requiring one to lower their power level. Because this matchup is so close, even a slight drop makes a difference. Which is actually very much true. This is something that a lot of people need to keep in mind, is that what it does come down to it is that even if they use like the same kind of like, because you gotta keep in mind about is that this is about strength in terms of like the fusion itself. The fusion of the fusion dance, it unifies both of their spirits and combines both of their powers. And then some, sure, by only just a tiny bit. But however though, they need to build a match to be able to do that. Still, while with the case of Potara, they don't need to. They can just stay in regular pace form, rather if one is like even just slightly above the other. Because I know what I said about they're both about equal in base, but like I said, about equal in base. Because unless they decide to pull a bullshit thing and just go with like they're both equal in power exactly, like no ifs or buts about it, then I still feel like the Potara brings out much more power than the fusion dance. Because I'm pretty sure Elder Kai wouldn't say that the Potara is stronger unless he knew that for an absolute fact. He's not the type of person just to say bullshit stuff out of his ass. For the most part. But yeah, it is definitely questionable to put Goku's as higher, given that Vegeta did win in their base spar in Dragon Ball Superhero, or Superhero. So yeah, just wanted to talk about that, so let's continue.
Stopping Vegito from combining the full sum of their parts.
Ah, poor Vegeta. You'll get your day in the sun one day, buddy. Oh, who am I kidding?
This
Well,
might be what
he
Old
did
Kai was
today,
referring to
but
when he
also
said
not.
that Potara had
Sadly.
a greater effect.
But hey, could Gogeta have destroyed the earrings? Nope! He would have had to be able to overpower Vegito first, like how Goku could only destroy Kefla's earrings after he reached Ultra Instinct.
Remember, when comparing levels of power in Dragon Ball, the greater one can overrule almost anything the weaker one does. The earrings likely tend to be protected by the user's ki aura, similar to their clothing.
The only time we've ever seen Potara damaged or specifically targeted are when the wearer is overwhelmed or in a vulnerable state. If any stray ki blast could destroy them, we'd have a lot more broken earrings by now.
Lastly, there's some debate over their personalities. In their first appearances, Vegito seemed rather cocky and playful against Buu, whereas Gogeta was far more deliberate against Janemba, and thus far more successful. However, these are not core personality traits, and assuming so would be inconsistent with Vegito's serious fight with Zamasu and Gogeta's more brash fights with Broly and Omega Shenron. Context is key. As far as personality and mental ability goes, Gogeta and Vegito are practically identical. In the end, Vegito's higher power level, no matter how slight it was, made a big difference in protecting and maintaining his longer, more flexible time limit.
Gogeta was gonna need meta more than that to beat Vegito. Sorry, Wiz, I know that pun was potarible.
Wait, shut up.
Oh,
Earth's
God
Dragon
damn
Balls
it.
give 2 wishes, right?
Oh,
Three.
yeah. Hey, Shenron, I wish for you to fuse me and Wiz.
Oh, God. What was that
The winner is Vegito.
like? Oh, no, that would look.
Thanks for watching,
Aw,
and
I
doubly
actually
thanks to
kinda
our
wanted to
channel
see that.
members for supporting us this year.
Wait. Yeah, Nick Landis. I'm pretty sure that's the guy's name. Mike. Yeah. I know the. It's Masako, or at least the guy's username, which is for Goku, for Team Force, which is Masako X, and I think I remember his real name. I can't remember right now, but I do know that's not it. So yeah, they couldn't get him, sadly. Oh well. I still think that the Goku voice actor that they got actually sounded pretty close.
Hope you've been enjoying the extra perks and content. We've got a bunch of new stuff in the works for you. If you aren't a champion, click that join button and give it a shot. Also, Season 10 of Death Battle is coming soon, including 2 matchups chosen by our champions.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what you
did they
picked.
choose? Oh, Bill Cyber versus Discord? Oh, yes. Okay, I'm excited for that. Paul McGrath versus Alex Mercer? Fuck yeah. Awesome. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I certainly did. That was actually pretty freaking good. They made some good points across the board, but I am kind of not dissatisfied, but at the same time, I don't know, like, I know they needed to focus on everything, but I feel like doing that made it so Vegito could win. Because I feel like had they only just focused on headcanon shit, I feel like Gogeta would take this. Absolutely. There's reasons why, but I won't get into them now, just because I feel like this video has been going on long enough, so I'm probably gonna move on and at least say this next bit, and is that, when next season comes out, when this comes to this death battle, Alex Mercer versus Cole McGrath, because I did Izuku's Cole McGrath, I'll put a poll up when the death battle is close to coming out, and seeing what you guys think, if I should react to it or not. Which I will if you guys want me to. If not, then it's all good. I honestly don't. I mean, I do care. Don't get me wrong about that. I do care. Sorry, I shouldn't have tried to say that. It's just either way, like, it doesn't matter to me if you guys want me to or not. It just gives me an opportunity to do different stuff like this with you guys for different types of, like, engagement. That's all. But, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys liked it, give it a like. And, as always, thanks you guys so much for watching. And stay cool, guys. Peace out.